Bella Culley case, British woman detained in Georgia. Bella Culley, a British national, is being held without bail in a women's penitentiary in Georgia, former Soviet Republic, after she was caught at Tbilisi airport on May 10 with 24 pounds of cannabis, worth approximately 8.5 million baht or £200,000. According to her Georgian lawyer, Mahkes Salakaya, Bella claims she was tortured and coerced by unnamed British expats in Bangkok into smuggling the drugs. She alleges that, while in Thailand, she was forced to watch a snuff video of a beheading and threatened with harm to her UK-based relatives. She also bears a scar from a hot iron, supporting her claims of abuse. At just under 20 years old and pregnant, Bella argues she was naive and tried to inform Bangkok immigration that the suitcase wasn't hers, but was ignored. She fears her baby will be raised in prison if convicted. Despite skepticism online, given her confident solo travel history to the Philippines and Thailand, her trial is scheduled for July 10. She faces up to 20 years in prison, but could also be fined and deported. The case recalls that of Samantha Orabater, a Briton convicted in Laos in 2008 and repatriated due to pregnancy. Electricity tariffs in Thailand unlikely to rise in 2025. Thailand's electricity bills are unlikely to increase later this year, according to Energy Minister Parapan Sararathavibaga. The government plans to maintain or slightly lower the current power tariff of 3.98 baht/kilowatt-hour, valid through August, for the upcoming September-December period. The government is actively addressing liquefied natural gas, LNG, price volatility, especially after the brief Israel-Iran conflict last month that caused a temporary 10% spike in spot LNG prices. Gas accounts for 60% of Thailand's electricity production, and domestic reserves are declining. If future Middle East tensions disrupt the Strait of Hormuz, LNG imports could be impacted. Parapan plans to better manage the country's two gas pools, Gulf Gas and Pool Gas, to give producers greater access to cheaper domestic sources. He also seeks greater control over new power purchase agreements, PPAs, warning that excessive contracts inflate long-term electricity costs. Thailand's generation capacity currently stands at 55,000 megawatts, far exceeding its average demand of 25,000 to 36,000 megawatts, raising concerns about overcapacity and inefficiency. Thailand seeks tariff deal with U.S. before deadline. The Thai Chamber of Commerce expects Thailand to reach a tariff agreement with the United States by July 9, avoiding penalties of up to 36% on exports. Po Jaranwatananand, head of the chamber, says Thailand may secure better rates than Vietnam, due to the U.S.'s higher trade deficit with Vietnam. Vietnam recently agreed to 20% tariffs on exports and 40% on transshipped goods to the U.S. Thailand's proposal, while not finalized, seeks lower duties. Failure to reach an agreement could see harsh tariffs imposed on goods, especially Chinese origin items rerouted through Thailand, such as solar panels, electric bikes, batteries, and electronics. Finance Minister Pachai Chunha-Vajira met with U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer, and a decision is expected after July 3. Thailand's trade surplus with the U.S. is around $45 billion, much lower than Vietnam's $100+ billion, which could work in its favor. Analysts estimate Thailand could face 15 to 20% tariffs, reducing Thai exports to the U.S. from $60 billion to $40 billion. There is also concern over a potential 0% tariff on U.S. imports into Thailand, especially on beef and pork, which may hurt local farmers. Thai government to phase out recreational cannabis dispensaries. Cannabis dispensaries in Thailand will have to convert into licensed medical clinics if they wish to continue operating, according to the Department of Thai Traditional and Alternative Medicine. Dr. Somlurk Junsmarn, head of the department, said a new ministerial regulation is being drafted to restrict cannabis use strictly to medical purposes. Key requirements will include presence of a licensed medical professional on site, registration as a hospital or clinic under the Hospital Act. Prescriptions will be mandatory for cannabis medical products. Out of 18,000 cannabis shops currently licensed, only a few qualify as medical facilities. Around 12,000 licenses are due for renewal in November, and dispensaries must comply with the new regulation by then, or risk losing their right to sell cannabis. This move is widely seen as an end to recreational cannabis sales in Thailand. The department has also trained over 9,000 doctors authorized to prescribe cannabis and is planning to regulate medical cannabis prices nationwide.